Alright everyone, I looked up, saw my hair is extremely uneven in the center. I just realized that. Whatever. It doesn't want to stay down. Anyways. Also, if you guys hear stuff in the background... Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I don't know if the phone will pick it up. Jess is just got back. I don't know why she was back so early. It's still... No, it's Wednesday, never mind. It's 5:30 right now in the morning. Jess just got back. She's actually microwaving something in the microwave. She's making banana... oatmeal? I think it's not cream of wheat, it's probably oatmeal. Anyways, she normally eats cream of wheat. She likes that better. But anyways, I'm making this video to announce something. For anyone who is not aware, I was originally planning... I may have mentioned this on the channel before, I'm not sure. I was originally planning to play Skyrim on the channel. Elder Scrolls 5, I believe. Yeah, I never did, because my Xbox with the capture card didn't exactly work, because I didn't have a USB to record on. And you need a separate device in order to do that. I wonder if Jess will walk by. Hopefully she heard her microwave go off, or the microwave go off with her food in it. If she walks by, maybe you'll get to see her. I don't think she'll let me keep it in the video, though. But anyways, yeah, so, for the most part, I wasn't able to play Skyrim on the channel. However, I will soon be streaming it on DLive. And I don't know if I'm going to do... I put a poll on Twitter, because I didn't know what else to do, on whether or not to play the whole game, 100% completion, including every side quest in the game, just the story, or just not play it at all. I did a poll on Twitter saying, should I play Skyrim on DLive, should I stream it? And it was like, yes, 100% completion, side quests as well. Yes, story only, and then just no. And so far, I've gotten one no. Wait, let me check.
A lot of money, I think it'll be a good challenge.
Shush. Let me go home. Hold on. I'm going to check my poll really quick on my other phone. For the most part, the game itself, I never actually finished because I was so wrapped up in the side quests. Shush. That was someone at a convention. Alright, but I was so wrapped up in, like, the side quests and everything, I never actually got a chance to finish it. Oh my god, that's an awesome post. Just like that. Go to my Twitter. Open up the Twitter of my YouTube. / DLive, whatever you want to call it. Profile. And then let's see. So, the poll currently is one of each. Holy crap. So I've only gotten 3 people who have voted. There is currently 5 days and 16 hours left on the poll. So if anyone wants to let me know what they think, put it down below. Now the thing is, I'll probably stream, and right now I've got 1 for each answer. So I've got 1 person who said yes, 100% completion, 1 person who said yes, main story, and 1 person who just said no. And I'm going to be doing it either way. Sorry, guys. The no one was just to know what people wanted. I'm still going to do it. I just don't know if I should do 100% completion on story. But whatever I don't do, if I do the 100% completion on stream, I'll probably do the main story on video. Or I'll do the other. I may do it vice versa. When it comes to streaming, though, I can normally fit a lot more in sessions that are, like, on their own. So it's like... It's a lot easier to stream the whole, like, the 100% completion, but at the same time, it's harder to remember what I've done. For memory's sake, when I can only stream it and I can't record it. So I'm planning on doing 2 separate playthroughs, completely different loadouts and everything. If you guys don't know, Skyrim is so expansive that you can do different paths. So basically, you can do one where you're a magic user. You primarily use magic. There's also one that's mainly archery. There's also like a thief one where basically you can choose to like upgrade your pickpocketing skills and your sneaking skills and all that. There's different ways you can play the game, like different skill sets you can choose along the way. Honestly, I always choose two-handed or one-handed skills and like defense skills, basically. So armor and all that, which also normally includes enchanting and I think alchemy is another one that I always upgrade. Basically, I always upgrade that kind of stuff. And the cool thing is, in Skyrim, you can literally, there's many ways to take advantage of the leveling up system of spells, or like, not spells, of categories. So, like, sneaking, there's literally this one part in the game where there's this little, like, dungeon area that's underneath a bridge, and the funny thing is you can't really do anything down there, because it literally is supposed to be the exit of a dungeon, or a prison that you can go into. So basically, you fall through the floor and you can leave through that path that leads up underneath the bridge. But you're not actually supposed to enter through there. And I actually stumbled upon that area beforehand. And what I did was I leveled up my sneaking skill by going back and forth. There's one like ghost enemy thingy. I don't know what they're called, but they're like the ghost like enemies. And he was above the little area where you can't really get to. But he kept detecting me, so I would just like be like, this is a good way to level up my sneaking skill. And I got to sneak 100 in like probably, it took me an hour to do so, but it was funny because I just kept walking away like slowly, and when I was no longer being detected, I would run in and then like slowly creep away. And I would keep doing that because he would detect me when I run towards him wherever he was above ground. And then I would sneak away. As soon as I'm no longer detected, I'd run back in. So it upgrades my sneaking skill because I'm currently detected and not detected and detected and not detected. It was a really funny way to spam level ups, basically, in that skill. But it was funny. It took me a long time to do that. Also, when it comes to like alteration and all that kind of like magic stuff, I tend to do a lot of that stuff by just using ingredients and or not using ingredients, changing like ore into like, I think it's copper ore, iron ore. I think it's iron actually. Turning iron ore into silver ore, and then turning silver ore into gold ore. Basically, that's a spell you can use in alteration. That two iron equals 1 silver, 2 silver equals 1 gold. So you can do that kind of thing where you just create better ores, and it's not really that good. I mean, maybe if you're selling it, but to be honest, like it's not really that good of a spell. But at the same time, it helps you level up quite fast if you tend to go like in a mine and collect a bunch of ore and then just use it all. Like I would just do random things to level up my character's skills. And to be honest, I had way too much fun with Skyrim. My game did end up getting scratched, so I will have to get a new game. But my save files are on the Xbox itself. Therefore, I can still pick up where I left off. It was a cheap game. I got it for like $3 because it was a used one. But for the most part, I really enjoy Skyrim. I'm going to be playing it on stream. I'll probably play it on my channel as well. But I want to know what people thought, so go check out the polls. Tell me what you think. Tell me what I should do. I'll try and put the link in the description below, because it is really cool and I really want to play it. The thing is, okay, good, my phone's about to die. I was about to say, what the heck? It's at 15%, not 5%. I'm like, did it lose power? Or was that 10% a moment ago? Anyways, so just go let me know what you want to see, and I'll probably do streaming first because I don't need a capture card in order to do that. There is I don't need a storage device for the capture card. I don't need to figure out how to set it up and everything yet. There is an easier way to do it. I'm not sure exactly how to do it yet, but I do. My friend is telling me that there's an easier way to do it, and he'll help me set it up. But yeah, I still need to buy a internet connector for my Xbox because it was the Xbox 360 from before the internet was like the like internet detection thing, or the thing that allows you to connect to Wi-Fi or internet. It wasn't built into this model because it was one of the first Xbox 360 models. Later on, they added the one where it's like built in, so you don't have to buy the extra piece. But I have to get a separate device for it. I have to literally get a little tiny antenna thingy for it. It sucks. But yeah, so after I get that, hopefully I'll be all set. My friend said basically that's all I need. It's just that. There's like no. I guess he said I might need to attach it to my computer, but other than that, it should be fine. And my PC currently is still getting used to it. And by the way, if you guys don't know, I got a PC. It's a basic one. It's until I can get my precious Void fixed. If you guys don't know who my Void is, it's a old PC. It's an old laptop I used to own. I mean, I still own it. It's just the battery kind of doesn't work on it. It fried, so I can't really charge it. Well, I can. Thing is, it won't hold a charge. Sorry. Okay. So it won't hold a charge. So like, as long as it's plugged in, it'll stay on. But the thing is, it overheats quite fast when it's plugged in and the battery's fried. I don't know why, it just overheats extremely fast. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new battery for it. The thing is, it's a custom battery, and I didn't know those were a thing until I got this computer. It's $150 for the stupid battery. Just the battery is $150. So instead, I went and bought a PC for like $120. Because at least now I have a PC and I don't have to pay for just a battery. And I know, like, my Void is my baby. She was the first laptop I ever really gamed on. And she's called the Void because it's the in-between light and dark. It's the absence of everything. So, it's the only place where light and dark can't exist at all. It was a cool concept. Because I used to play as these characters named Darkbringer and Lightbringer. So it was like, it was the mix between them. And I always loved how it was an Alienware, by the way, an Alienware laptop. I think it was I know it was the third one of the series. It was the Alienware Hypo. I don't remember. It was like the Alienware something 3. God, it's been so long since I've actually looked at it. Looked at like the name of it. I've looked at Void quite often, actually. She was my precious. But yeah, for the most part, I actually haven't used her in quite a while. And yes, she identifies as her. I'm kidding. I always love just doing that because she was my baby. She was my precious. But yeah, Darkbringer and Lightbringer were like the first characters I ever played as in a game, online at least. So it was like, might as well name her after the center of them. And I always loved my uncle actually got me this computer. He custom made it actually. He custom made a case for it, and he worked with a few people to custom make the actual like appearance of it as well as some of the internals. So it was pretty cool. But what I loved was that he actually put on the case. If you guys don't know, Alienware laptops have the light on them, like the light on the back that lights up. Little like I think they're called the Greys. They're basically Martians, but the technical term for them is the Greys. The technical term is the Martians, but the Greys are the ones with the big elongated heads and the black eyes. Yeah, those things. That's the logo. But what happened was the light lights up, but you can actually, apparently with this model of it, there's some Alienware laptops that you can actually change the color of the light. I don't know if it's all of them, but the one I had, you could change the color of the light. And my uncle made it so that the case on the computer had a little like like that not transparent plastic, but like that kind of like gritty, like this actually, like this kind of texture, where it's not transparent but it's kind of like blurry a bit because it has that weird texture to it. This is glass, but whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like that, but the cool thing is there were two different like light colors you could put on it. And the plastic, by the way, would actually react to both different lights in really cool ways. So for anyone who's not aware, I had two different pictures that I used for the logos of these characters. One of them, they were both the same exact like design, but in different colors. Lightbringer had a white background? I don't remember, but it had like the logo I made at least. On the computer, the design was yellow, orange, and I want to say white, but I'm pretty sure that was just the background on the picture that I made originally, and my uncle couldn't put that on the case because the case itself was gray, so Actually, it was more silvery than gray. I don't know how to explain it. It was like that weird metallic gray. It wasn't silver, but it was like, what's it called? Is it mercury? Is that the little, like, liquid metal thing? I don't remember. It's been so long since I've done science class before we remembered those. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like aluminum, but liquid. It looked like that. Like liquid spray paint, or liquid paint. You guys know, liquid paint, I'm pretty sure. Well, no, spray paint isn't a liquid. It's a liquid. I don't know. But basically, it was like that metallic paint color, like the silver, but not silver. It was more grayish than silver. Anyways, it was metallic gray, as I call it. But yeah, so like the case itself had different like lights you could, or the case itself would react to the lights differently, and you could do. I think the one light. What was the one color of light? I know one of them was blue. It was like a dark blue, and I don't remember what the. Oh crap! I don't know what color made the. I think it might have just been a white light, to be honest. Maybe not. But anyways, basically the one logo would be basically yellow and orange, or like a really like. Kind of like this color orange, where it's like. Somewhat like darker orange. It's not as hold on, like that, where it's not exactly like bright orange, but it's like a darker shade of orange. The other one had like the outside logo was black. The outside like background was black. I remember that, but it was like dark, like dried blood red, and pretty sure it was like brown or like dark brown. So it was almost like black. And it basically, the logos would be two different things, but the plastic on the case could be switched out. So basically, depending on what case it was just like the back piece of the case could be switched out. So when I would go into the game and I would switch between the characters, because if you guys didn't know, like the reason why I had them was because they were two parts of the same character, but they would share the same body. So basically, they would just swap back and forth like multiple personalities kind of thing. I always love talking about this. Basically, I would switch out. One of them was a healer, and the other one was like a tank. He was a brute. And it was funny because Lightbringer was the healer who had like equipment that would let him run away faster. His speed was increased, his movement speed at least. He would run away. He would heal. His healing was enhanced by his armor and his I think his gauntlets. I think was with the gloves basically. Yeah, basically he was like the healer who would sometimes chip away, and his health was like really high compared to Darkbringer's health. But his main ability or his main tactic was just to chip away at an enemy, run away, heal, and then run back into battle, and then run away. And it was a lot of just aggroing enemies and then chipping away at them and then running away. And then if I had to, I would switch into Darkbringer, who is like the one who was brute forcing everything. And he also was the character who, when you would first send him out, or when during the beginning of a larger battle, I believe it was like any boss or mini boss or anything that had like a certain status as an enemy. They not all of them were mini bosses or bosses, but like any enemy that you're fighting with a certain stat. So like some of them had different ranks. Like there was a general of the enemy kind of like forces would be considered a mini boss, even though they weren't considered a mini boss in the game files or whatever. They weren't considered a mini boss basically. They were just like a very powerful enemy who was unique and didn't really come. They were a rare enemy. And whenever you would fight an enemy, you would have this little like bar that you could actually activate. But it would only happen when you're nearby one of those enemies. And basically, it turns on rage mode, as it was called, which basically allows you to run forward, kick the crap out of an enemy, and then once it wears off, you just have like... Basically, it's invincibility. Invincibility and, I think, 1.25 of your original strength. So your original strength is buffed up by another 25%. So you can just deal a little bit more damage, and you're basically invincible for like 15 seconds. When you're not invincible, you just take like, you regenerate health and you take less health, or less damage. So basically, you're invincible. Especially with his armor, he took like 50% less damage out of any attack in the game. He had 50% magic resistance. He had 50% melee resistance, 50% poison resistance, fire resistance. He had a bunch of different resistances due to all of his armor, and I always loved playing as him. But he was like my last resort because honestly, I preferred to do like the challenging term, which would have been. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I'm tired. It's like 6. It's 5:51. Okay. Anyway, so like, basically, I prefer challenges, so I would send in Lightbringer first, and then see how much I could actually do, because Lightbringer was the one who wasn't really meant to deal damage or anything. He was just kind of like the healer. And if you guys don't know, I actually never played. Sorry, I'm playing with my other phone. I never actually played in guilds or teams or anything. Normally, you would have guilds and then you would have squads, or were they called squads? Maybe they weren't called squads. I don't remember. I never played with them. I never even joined a guild. I did join a guild, but then I left the guild because in order to get a reward for a quest, you had to join a guild. It's part of the tutorial, and then you could just leave the guild afterwards. So I joined a guild and then left because I prefer to be a solo player, just because I like the challenge better. So I went through all the game just fighting enemies on my own, and I will admit, my tactics were flawless until I got poisoned and as Lightbringer, who has poison resistance, but it basically it's not poison immunity. Basically, he takes 50% less damage from poison over time. The issue was this enemy also had like this goo that he would spit out, and it would slow you down. So my running away tactic would fail, and I ended up having to switch over to Darkbringer, who his health went down fast after his invincibility went off. So he basically once he stopped generating health and he couldn't take as much damage, or basically once he couldn't deal as much damage, he started just taking so much damage from enemies nearby. And the thing is, like, this was a mini boss. It wasn't even a boss. This thing would just spit this acid at you, and it had like a high chance of poisoning you, and it would also slow you down as long as you were in it. And the thing is, it was like the spider webs in Minecraft. It was a pain in the butt. However, there was this one thing where if you used water magic, it would basically get rid of the goo, and it was frustrating for me because I didn't have any water magic. I had one water spell, and its cooldown was like 50 seconds per like attack, and it was like the sea dragon thing that didn't even do much. All it did was raise my stats by quite a bit, and only Lightbringer knew that spell. So I accidentally switched. Well, I didn't accidentally, but I stupidly switched over to Darkbringer instead of just getting rid of the goo. And the funny thing is, even if I got rid of that goo, he could have just spit it out again, and I would have been stuck because basically the cooldown time would have taken too long. But yeah, so that was like the one enemy I had trouble with, and I never really finished the game, but I got pretty close to it. I will admit there was like no finishing that game. All RPGs are supposed to be endless, basically. It was like an open world RPG. It was kind of like World of Warcraft, but not as expansive. Yeah, it was a fun game. But yeah, that's the origin of my computer Void, because it was the computer I played this game on, and had two separate characters who were one named Darkbringer and Lightbringer. So I figured, what's between dark and light? It's the Void, the absence of everything. Yeah, because you can't have light and darkness in the same place, because if you have light on top of darkness, it creates shadow, and the shadow is just darkness. But the surrounding is light. You can never have light and darkness in the same place. Not at least not occupying the same area. So you can have like a light in the distance, but you can't have darkness and light in this same spot. You know what I mean? But if you go into the void, which is the absence of, or the concept of nothing basically existing, it's the only place where you can have neither. Which is the only, so that you can never have both and you can never have neither. But the void makes it so you can never have either. So I always thought that was funny. I love that concept, so I named my computer the Void, and I actually color that quite a bit. And I also refer to her as a she, because she was my baby. She was my baby. I miss her. I'll get that computer fixed someday. But for now, I have a regular PC that I have to set up and everything. Still getting used to it. I have not figured it out. But anyways, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you everyone for watching. Let me know what you think in that poll. I'll post in the comments or in the description below. I really want to play Skyrim on the channel and stream it, but I want to do 2 separate playthroughs. I want to know which one to do where. If you guys just want to see me do like 2 full things of it, then let me know. But to be honest, just like, I honestly don't know if it'd be better to do one on here and one on the other, or both in the same place. You know, I mean, like both on both platforms. I do a full completion or main story. Honestly, I'm gonna do it either way, but I don't know which one people would want to see more. I'm gonna play the game. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a full story on the channel or a full completion or just the story. I'm planning on doing a 100% completion on one or the other, but I'm not sure if I should stream that or do videos on it. Honestly, I feel like videos would be better, specifically because then it's like, it's on my channel, I can watch it anytime, because I do like watching Skyrim stuff in general. Maybe not my stuff, I'm pretty cringeworthy. But I honestly love Skyrim. I just love, like, the expansive, like, there's so much to do in Skyrim. It's probably one of my favorite RPGs, to be honest. Bethesda has kind of gone downhill since then. Just saying that now. Plus, there's DLC I might get eventually. There's, like, a lot of cool DLC. There's a new one that just got released. I'm so excited to see what that is about. I've actually never downloaded DLC for any game. So maybe this will be a good excuse to break that trend, or break that little detail. Say, well, I can't say it anymore because I'm going to download it, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm going to end this video here. Let me know what you guys think. Bye.